one is, I mean, they're both pretty analyzed at this point, but one is even more overanalyzed. Okay. Well, I kind of like to see the knight f3 c4 stuff. That doesn't go as hard to... It's basically like the cow. We spent 2 tempi placing the knight on a terrible square, where it's also like a super easy target for this flank pawn. And we're not fighting for the center. I'm sorry. Like, I cannot place my knight on b6. I know that this is not the cow. It's just... It goes against everything that I stand for. Sorry. Hillary's. I assume you mean Hikaru's kids' first words will be, "I really don't care." Wow. That is hard-hitting, original. What can I say? I'm impressed. See, now I have to deal with this stupid pawn push. So I just don't want this to happen. I want to tuck the knight in here. Yeah, this opening is awful. Queen here, maybe? The idea is mainly, not maybe, to protect this pawn so that I can go with the other knight here. And then when the knight moves, I move away, and there's not d4, d5, and knight e5. e3 is kind of weak sauce. My esteemed opponent is playing a bit weak and a bit slow. Now my position is worse, but quite playable. This is possible. And I think desirable. The b4, I assume, is the plan. Well, okay, now I go d5, and the cow has ended up taking the center. Who would have thunk? It's anything but a shameful retreat. The queen has done her job. She's returning to the accomplishment of a nice center. It's not like this position. I mean, this is another poor move. I don't know what he's doing. Here, I go here, and my knight will eventually be activated. But let's improve the bishop. Also, maybe bring the knight. Like, I'm not really worried about his expansion here on the queen side. I mean, these are very decent moves. But I am, for one, happy with my kingside play. But he's played well over the last few moves. His king is going to find it very hard to find a safe shelter here. Knight e2, wanting to go here. That makes perfect sense, but let's prevent it. Not worried at all about the opening of the h-file. I'll go king g7, rook h8 later on. And that file will be more of an asset for me than for my opponent. Makes sense, but once this bishop is traded, his light squares will be even weaker. So he takes in order not to run into some you can start prying open the queen side as well. Maybe I should have included bishop g4. No need. There's no particular counterplay for him on the king side, and I'm just blowing the king's position right open. Okay. This doesn't really help, does it? Rook fc8, rook c4. There are many ways. Let's go here. I feel like this is thematic. Rook d2 actually just wanted to trade. Let's trade regardless. Rook c8, rook here, knight g4. I did miss queen e7, but I think king g6. That's more than enough. Rook c4, dc4, queen e4, f5. No counterplay for white. Yeah. I think also his connection is probably bad. I think he might not have spent as much time on certain moves if that wasn't the case. Let me see if the engine agrees with any of these moves. e6, it's alright, not terrible. Knight e7, it says that f6 is a better square. b3, knight g6, doesn't like it, doesn't like massively hate it. d6, yeah, we should put something in the center, d5, c5. Knight d7 it agrees with. And e5 to some extent. Let's see what it thinks about knight b6. Yeah, doesn't like that. It says that white is 1.3 up without playing a single aggressive move.